How's it going, guys? Welcome back to West of Loathing. I'm going to start out this episode by really quickly doing something I mentioned that I might want to do a few episodes ago. I'm going to bounce my way around this entire first starting area before I got on the train and just take advantage of all the foraging and lockpicking and safecrackin opportunities and things that I didn't have access to before. I imagine there's going to be a lot of dead ends like this where there's not actually anything to see or do, especially at somewhere like the Shaggy Dog Cave where the joke is that it wastes a bunch of time. Look at that, there's at least something to forage though, and I get experience for that now. I'll cut around all of this because I'm guessing not a lot of it is actually going to result in anything, but that's what I'm doing for the first few minutes here at least. Here's a safe at the silversmith's house. There's a note on the safe reading, "I forgot this darn combination." Right, I remember coming across this now. And we got the silver nugget. A shiny silver nugget. Do you think I just sell it? What if I take it to his smith bench? I can just make a bullet out of it. You melt the nugget and make a bullet, observing in the process that nugget and bullet are pretty similar words. They kinda aren't, but at the same time somehow are. I mean, I guess 50% of the letters are the same. I don't know if that's all that's for. I have a ton of bullets and needles right now, so I don't know if I just hang on to my nuggets or if I just go ahead and convert them. Someone can let me know whether or not I need to hang on to those, I guess. Ooh, another safe in the Stearns Ranch cellar. You open the safe. Somebody in the Stearns family was quite the investor, it appears. Stock certificates. They are just things to sell. They sell for quite a bit, actually. This old mining equipment, I asked Susie to explain it to me and she couldn't. I can attempt to explain it to Susie? Hey Susie, what? I just wanted to tell you about this mining stuff. Okay. So this first machine here is an automatic sandstone, silver, pyrite, sandstone crusher. She stares at you blankly. Move on to the next machine. And this thing over here, this thing is used to extract refined meat, and then liquefy it. She sighs. Keep going. Mansplain everything. It doesn't matter if we have no idea what any of this shit is. Bituminous backfill bifurcator, a loose ore roller, or an aphanetic mud dredger. I'm going to say this one where I couldn't say most of the words because that's just the best way to mansplain things. It converts kerf in unrefined jackrock, golden mixed slate, deposit in dry sulfur. This one sounds like more non-words. Fuck me. What? Oh, come on, that's too good. The Minesplainer, and I'm in the middle of saying what I'm just mansplaining everything. You sure do think you know a lot about mining. You're a real expert. You'll get XP when you interact with mining stuff. She rolls her eyes. Are you finished? Yes. Yes, I am. Well, I can't believe I almost missed that. Totally worth it. Totally worth coming back just for that. I'm just gonna go ahead and fight a whole bunch of these things while I'm at it. Shoot nanny, come on. What's the over-under on the chance that I actually managed to hit all three of these things in one shoot nanny? Damn. Ooh, there's a tiny safe in the medical tent of Fort Cowardice. Controlled substances, laudanum and smelling salts. You open the safe and put the controlled substances under your own control. Hey, what's this? A rock hammer. This tiny hammer is more about precision than impact, and it's even more about knowledge than precision. Mysticality. What the hell? Did he just kill something? I was just messing around. I figured I might as well go get some extra experience while I'm walking around. Buffalo Bill just killed something. I don't think that's meant to happen. Yeah, see, you definitely didn't kill that guy. There was this locker in the Coal Ridge mine that I couldn't open before, so crack that safe. Nuts, there's nothing inside except a couple of old empty milk bottles and their discarded paper caps. The caps advertise the Butterfield Dairy, with a little logo in the shape of the territory and a star presumably marking the dairy's location. Well, I don't actually get to go to it? Well, I guess that's the Butterfield Ranch. Probably, which I already knew the location of. Well, there certainly wasn't a whole lot to that. Ooh, a tiny safe in the old millinery. The prototype Stetson. The safe contains an extremely broad-brimmed hat. This hat never made it to market. The public just wasn't ready for such a wide brim. Extra muscle, mysticality, and moxie. Pretty good hat. That is a pretty wide rim. Too bad I can't use it. You spot a tombstone nestled in some pines near the trail. You dismount and approach it. You can't read the inscription because it's covered with pepperoni mold. You carefully slice up the pepperoni mold and place it on a pizza crust, which I just happen to have, and I fired it up in the oven at some point. This is a pizza made from stuff growing on a grave. Increases muscle by 5 the rest of the day. Whoa, hey, like, howdy, man. Howdy again. Could you grow cow's bane? I talked to this guy on accident. I was just wandering around through their camp. Could you grow cow's bane? Give him the seeds. Wow, no way, man. Sorry, that's like the only stuff we actually get rid of when it grows. Why is that? It attracts cows, something fierce, man. You get more than like one stalk or whatever in the same place. Boom, cows all up in your biz, man. What if you had a fence to keep the cows out? Well, maybe, but it'd have to be a real serious fence, man. Like with barbs and all, like major fencing, man. I'll see what I can do. Okay, well, at least now I know where to take the cow's bane. I just can't actually do anything with it at the moment. Ooh, I'm gonna go raid their garden. They have all sorts of things to grab. Ooh, the clownwort. That's new. I don't have that yet. Clownwort pollen. This is a little pile of shimmering pollen from the northern clownwort flower, which some scientists claims the source of all clown power. Increase your resistance to elemental damage by 15 for the rest of the day. Not something I'll actually be using, though. And with that, I think I've officially forged everything, picked every lock, and cracked every safe on this starting area, which is pretty crazy. I forgot how many damn areas there were. That took nearly like a half an hour to visit every single one and explore them. I also picked up a battery along the way, and since I'm here, I'm going to insert the battery and see what the hell happens. You insert the battery into the monolith and it springs to life. Everything goes blue for a second. 100 experience, you feel energized, you're chock full of El Vibrato energy, and you feel like you could take on the whole world. Partly because you're stronger and smarter and faster, but partly because you're also overconfident. It's not that big of a boost. I mean, +4 to all my M stats, that's pretty awesome. Whoa. Oh, I also learned the words for weather and online. Oh, that's interesting. I had randomly learned the word for toilet, and I thought that was just kind of a funny one-off joke. Apparently, I'm slowly learning this language, and that's like going to become significant. So all the signage and stuff I've seen elsewhere in the game, I'm actually going to be able to start reading and deciphering, and then I'll probably do something with that. So that's cool. I'm going to the postal way station. I do want to wrap up that quest. Seems like I really left it hanging. Well, here's a thing out of nightmares. Maybe not your nightmares specifically, but definitely someone's. A human skeleton scuttling towards you, crackling with blue electricity and making a loud hissing noise that sounds like a cross between a nest of angry rattlesnakes and a broken radio. I think I've fought one of these before. Oh no, but this is a human skeleton. I fought an electrical bovine skeleton before. You put up a coil of heavy-duty steel cable you found earlier and didn't bother to mention. Poke one end into the ground and quickly tie the other end into a lasso. The skeleton, seeing this, gets the picture pretty quick and runs away before you get the chance to try out your lasso throwing skills. Oh yeah. Oh, that's probably meant to be like, aw, I wanted to test out my lasso throwing skills. I just got a bunch of experience. I did a tiny bit of grinding at the places that had regenerated, and through all that foraging and everything, I just thought to check how much I actually had. Wow, I jumped up a ton actually. Definitely, I think I have enough to do 2 things. So I'll definitely do glamour since that's kind of my main skill. Oh, I'm just shy. I'm trying to get one more stomach capacity. Damn, I'm still not going to be there, but it might be worth it to invest in grit anyways for the extra HP and everything. That's probably the next thing I'm going to invest in. I'm so close to it. Let's do a wander around the area here, see if there's some way to gain some quick experience. You hear the crackle of a southwestern lightning snake. What's with all this electrical base things? Too bad you don't have a forked lightning rod with you. Wait, that wouldn't work at all, would it? Fight it anyways. Damn, Bill, you just make my life so much easier. Oh, I would have killed that very easily anyways. The electric snake skin. Put it in your hat for 7 spell damage. Electric snakes live a rough life. Just because it sucks being constantly electrified? I'm not sure exactly why their life is so hard. Alright, now we can have the grit. And what the hell, when am I going to actually get the extra stomach capacity? I really want that. It's going to cost way too much experience to level that up 2 more times. Maybe I can get extra stomach capacity through other means. I have nothing in my stomach right now, but I've been warned to keep some room in my stomach because it does become valuable for a quest at some point. Ooh, which does remind me, I've been told that I got so excited about Buffalo Bill that I kind of left here right away. I need to go back there. I might as well do it now, since I'm sitting here talking about it. We'll go back to the postal way in a second. Your transponder starts making the bleeping noise that means either treasure or a monster, and who can resist that gamble? Not you, at least not in this encounter. Anyway, your involuntary risk-taking is rewarded when you find a high-tech crate. Sadly, it's locked. I think I only have 1 keystone, but might as well open it up. I was hoping I could get more. You cross your fingers as you feed the crate one of your valuable keystones. It opens to reveal nothing that crazy. I can probably go build a new keystone now. I wish it would have replaced the keystone that I had. That would have been ideal. But I can grab another beaker and milk. Lemonade. Around the corner fudge is made. The liquid in the beaker begins to bubble. Steam rises from the beaker as the reaction intensifies. The steam from the reaction causes the lemonade faucet to get clogged up. Oh, so I can never use lemonade again. How will it end? The boiling subsides, and what's left in the beaker is... Yes, tell me. When the reaction subsides, you're left with a beaker full of surprisingly delicious-looking fudge. The whole process really turned a corner on you, because around the corner fudge is made. And surprisingly, given its origin and presentation, this fudge looks and smells amazing. Such a huge bonus. I'm really considering committing and just trying to never die again, you know? But I need a few more encounters in this area under my belt to feel confident that I can live through any of that sort of stuff. I can still take more beakers, but I can't use the lemonade anymore. Can't, and the Ichor one is fused shut, but I can just get a thing of milk, I guess? What do I get with that? It begins to bubble. Steam rises and melts the milk faucet. It subsides and you're left with, unsurprisingly after the reaction concludes, you're left with a big beaker full of milk. You don't like milk very much, so you pour it down the floor drain and discard the beaker. That's pretty anticlimactic. Ah shit, well that's all I can do with that. Now I understand why I was only able to attempt once to make the reanimating liquid. If I just get a pint full of blood, is that worth anything? And since the only thing you put in the beaker was blood, the only thing that's in it now is blood, you pour it down the drain before it starts to scab over. Ew, gross. Well, at least I got the fudge. Oh, and the postal way station isn't even where I meant to go anyways. Chuck's house is where I meant to head. The postal way station, I already know what's there. There's basically nothing. There has to be something more I can do here, though. Oh, switch the labels. Before when I brought that up, did I just walk away without seeing this? You surreptitiously swap the labels. Chuck doesn't seem to have noticed. Or I looked at everything around here before I went and talked to him, so maybe that option wasn't there until after I talked to him. He's staring at you. You notice his left eye is drifting. What's on the menu? Tomato soup and his knockout thing. Special tea blend? Yes, a special herbal blend that puts my guests right to sleep. It's very effective. Huh. Ooh, that reminds me. I left the kettle on. The water should be boiled by now. Would you care for a cup of tea? No thanks. I'm good. Chuck pours himself a cup of tea and sips at it while staring at you. After a bit, he starts to look drowsy. Oh my, I'm coming over all sleepy. Perhaps I should get my hood. Head down for a few minutes. It's been a long day. Please excuse me. That's a hell of a lisp. It's really debilitating. Really hard for him to talk through. Enter his bedroom. Oh, look at what a peaceful rester he is. Oh, look how sneaky he gets. Chuck's sleeping pretty soundly, but you should be careful not to wake him anyways. Yeah, I don't want to wake this psychopath. He will murder us. Going through Chuck's drawers seems like maybe not a good idea. There's a key on top of the dresser, though. Yoink, you got Chuck's key. This key has a little tag hanging from it that says Chuck's B&B. I literally can't go through the drawers. It may not seem like a good idea, but that hasn't stopped me before. I've made many choices that are definitely bad ideas. For instance, pouring blood into that demon doll's mouth. That was so long ago. When is that going to come back into play? It doesn't look nearly as horrific down here as you expected, unless you're particularly horrified by an unmade bed. It's just a lousily run bed and breakfast. Hey, this looks like the missing bag of mail. Oh, that was easy enough. You sling the sack of mail over your shoulder, neither rain nor sleet nor super creepy B&B proprietors. A big old sack of mail addressed to various people in Brentwood. Can't look through that drawer either. Books left by previous guests, see if there's anything useful. A new modern snake oiler. I'm curious, because I've gained every skill. Locks and how to pick them. Frightening topics in next mechs. I guess I just sell the lock-picking thing since I already have the skill? I already have the skill and it's maxed out, so can I do anything with it? What if I try to read it? You've learned everything that it can teach you. Oh, so maybe that's all this will say too. Oh, you learned all the techniques in this magazine. You do manage to pick up a few tips and tricks in the letters to the editor though, so it's not a complete waste. Then you hide the magazine under a log in the woods. Maybe some child will find it and become a snake oiler in the future. Those dirty children always oiling snakes. Blank postcard. Well, I got a handful of those right now, but still waiting on that other one. As you're climbing out of the cellar, a mailman approaches you. Oh man, thank goodness, you found my mail. This mailbag is yours? What have you been up to? Where have you been? People are waiting on their mail. They desperately need their mail. Now, I've been stressed out lately, so I took a day off and rented a room here for a sort of mini vacation. This makes more sense than Chuck being a mail thief. Didn't really fit his MO. His MO is murder and eat people. Chuck's a great guy, a little weird I guess, but real personable. And his cooking is great. The tomato soup and those big sausages. His tea did wonders for my insomnia too. It did seem pretty effective. Anyway, I forgot my mailbag and wasn't sure where I left it, so I've been retracing my steps for ages. Took a day off. Oh, he didn't necessarily say yesterday. Thanks for finding it. Sure, no problem. Here you go. The mailman walks away with the bag over his shoulder, whistling a cheerful tune. Well, that's sorted, I guess. Let's go to Brentwood and let the mayor know that we've accomplished everything. I believe that was the last one. Any sign of the missing mail? The logging permit. That one I did not do. So I guess I have to go deal with that. I hope there's a new issue of Mayor's Monthly. Sounds informative. Oh, Ghostwood. I still gotta go to Ghostwood. Thanks for the reminder. Let's head there soon. That can be a next time thing. That's my next destination will be Ghostwood. I'm gonna go somewhere random for now. Jumbleneck mine? No idea what that is. I've done all my mine-splaining, so I feel like I want to go to a mine and look at mine-related things so I could gain some experience. Rocks. Probably some mine leavings that got piled up here. Please, mine-splain it to me more. Search the rocks. You poke around the rocks but don't find anything of interest. Oh well. Leave them alone? No experience for looking at some mined rocks? This barrel's full of old grease. Ugh, take some. What, just grab a handful? No. It's not having any of that. A pile of rocks, probably mining leftovers. Search them. Whoa, there's a human skull hidden in this rock pile. That's a little ominous. The silver-toothed skull. It's a little grim to find a human skull just stashed in a pile of rocks, unless maybe it was a very small burial mound? Considering the fancy silver tooth, that's maybe not outside the realm of possibilities. There is that mine. I just visited everywhere and I'm already losing track. Coal Ridge? This is where there was like the shelf, the holes in the walls where skeleton heads were, where I was like talking to skeletons and listening to them and stuff, isn't it? God damn it. Downstairs in the old mission, that's where it was. Oh really? I can't put him on the wall? I thought I was such a genius for thinking of that. Can't even like talk to him or anything. Alright, back we go. Heading to the foreman's office. Except for the dust all over everything and the fact that the guy at the desk is a ghost. This looks like a regular mine foreman's office. Okay. We just got a pretty casual shrug going on there. A hat rack with a standard issue miner's helmet hanging on it. Grab it. Yoink. Miner's helmet, the little lamp on the front is busted, but it'll still protect you from a bonk to the noggin. Well, that's all I need, right? An old calendar, looks like work stopped here a bunch of months ago. And this ghost is busily shuffling the ghosts of papers on his desk. Talk to him, excuse me. Kid, I'm busy here. I've got a mine to run. Take a hike, okay? This mine is still running? I haven't seen anyone around. We're miners, kid. If you saw anyone up here, I'd have to fire them for not doing their jobs. Well, do you know that you're a ghost? Do you know that you're a pain in the ass? No, I'm serious. You see me laughing? Well, I'd like more answers than that. Your calendar's out of date. What? Yeah, it's like 6 months old. I like the picture, okay? Graeme. Well, how's business? Just great. Hunky friggin' dory. See this face? This is my happy face, and I'm double excited about answering questions from some random kid that wandered into my office while I'm working. Look how ecstatic I am. That's quite a silver tooth. Oh shit, it's this guy's skull? You've got in that sarcastic grin. Made it myself. I've made a few little silver trinkets in my time. Now go away. Well, it's probably a bunch of silver trinkets in his safe. The safe is dirty but solid looking. Get away from that, the ghostly figure behind the desk growls. Take a closer look. You stoop down to take a closer look at the safe. It's pretty standard heavy-duty safe with dial-type combination lock. Hey, something wrong with your ears? I told you to get away from there. Try to open it anyways. Why, you little... I kind of expected I might have to fight the guy over that, and I was okay with that. He was a bit of a knob, so I'll fight the foreman's ghost, and I'll steal his shit. I don't care. You successfully killed a ghost. Killed is probably not the right word here. Take a closer look now. You stoop down, crack the safe, you press your ear up against the safe door and slowly turn the dial. Eventually you manage to pop it open. Sack of meat nuggets. You just sell it, maybe? Fairly pure meat ore, and a weird knife. This knife has a thin, twisty stiletto blade made of tarnished black silver. It looks wicked sharp, but holding it makes you feel a little uncomfortable, like someone's whispering your name, but you can't quite hear them. That's disturbing. Damage 13 to 13, unlucky numbers there. Minus mysticality, and it's just is silver? No idea what use any of that will be. What do you got to say about all this, Susie? I forget to talk to you sometimes. Looks like this place has been shut down for a while. Guess they ran out of ore? I suppose there's other reasons a mine might shut down, but that seems like it'd be the most common one. Not spooky ghosts? Well, probably not. I'll have a look around just in case. Oh, maybe I can't even go down here. Ah, yes, I can. The elevator's pretty dusty inside and doesn't appear to have been maintained for quite a while. It does still seem functional, but the control lever is chained and padlocked. You also notice that the shaft is totally silent. You'd expect to hear the rumbling of minecarts and clanking of pickaxes echoing up from below, but there's nothing. Pick the lock. You pick the lock, remove the chains, and give the lever a yank. The elevator shudders as it begins to descend, accompanied by the sound of clanking chains and grinding pulleys. Very quickly, it becomes too dark to see, and you pull out your lantern. Very slowly, the elevator reaches its destination. You pull the door open and peer into the gloom. That was a lot of build-up. Like a pretty long bit of flavor text leading in here. I hope there's something worthwhile. Full of rocks, there doesn't seem to be anything important. Give it a push. You put your shoulder to the minecart and give it a shove. It trundles down the track and bonks into the big pile of rocks. Seems like maybe that was unnecessary. Someone left their pickaxe here. I guess that's why what they call environmental storytelling. An old pickaxe. A worn old pickaxe you found in the abandoned Jumbleneck mine. It has the initials HH carved into the handle. Have we met someone with HH? That sounds familiar. Not much good for mining anymore, but you could still knock someone's head off with it. Do I just keep pushing all these carts around? There's a cave-in. Check it out. There isn't much to see except for rocks. There's quite a lot of them, though, so if you want to look at rocks, there's a great selection to choose from. Well, some people really like looking at rocks, okay? Controls the junction. Let's see. So I must have moved... I must have pushed this into there. I think if I push it again, it'll go straight to the left there. Alright, well let's see where things are going to get pushed into. Some kind of rusty old spring-loaded ratcheting mechanism with an activation lever. It has a sort of gripper on the front, but it isn't gripping anything. Alright, I got an idea here. I think I already know what needs to get done. You get pushed forward into here. You get flipped to go back towards the big rock pile. You get pulled to fire this thing off really quickly. The lever mechanism is rusted and stuck. This is going to require something heavier duty than a can of oil, seems like. But I have cans of oil. What about the big barrel of grease outside? This is a crate of old dynamite. Dynamite gets very dangerous when it ages, but I know better than to try and stop you from taking a stick if you've decided you want one. I have decided that. You pick up the stick of old dynamite. I don't recommend you do a lot of hopping up and down while you're carrying that unstable stick of dynamite. The nitroglycerin is starting to sweat out of this dynamite and crystallize on the outside. This makes it extremely dangerous. You should probably not try to use it in a fight. I mean, you also shouldn't be carrying it around in your pockets, but it's a little late for that warning. Stick the old dynamite in there. You wedge a stick of unstable old dynamite into a minecart. This can't possibly go awry. Someone forgot their lunchbox down here. They must be real hungry now. Pretty much everything inside is crumbled in the dust except for a waxed paper sandwich bag and some raisins that probably weren't intended to become raisins. This waxed paper sandwich bag didn't do its job very well, though to be fair, 6 months is a long time to expect a sandwich to stay fresh. 100% all natural raisins created by the ravages of time. Increase melee damage by 15. All natural raisins. Nothing new here. It's a headless skeleton. Skullless. Skullless. There, you fill the wax paper bag. I wasn't expecting that's what the bag would be for. With old grease. Hopefully this will come in handy very soon so you can stop carrying it around. If you have a good reason to be carrying around a paper sandwich bag full of old grease, I would like to hear it, because I can't think of one. Let's take her downstairs and toss her on the squeaky lever. On you go, grease up the lever. You dump a bunch of grease onto the mechanism and use the sandwich bag to sort of gush it up in there without getting too much of it on your hands. Pull that lever. You yank hard on the lever and it releases the mechanism's wound up springs, launching the minecart down the track with a terrific whang noise. Off in the distance you hear a kaboom from my nice, perfectly normal fine dynamite. Oh wow, this puzzle is branching off even further here. You give the wrecked minecart a salute in respect of its valor and service. I thought that this was going to have a bunch more steps to it now. It's hard to tell at a glance, but on closer inspection this guy seems to have died in a face down in basement or prayer pose. Praying to the pit maybe? It's difficult to say. Might have just been napping weird. This skeleton seems to be reaching out to that weird statuette. Or reaching out with the statuette? With the hands having fallen off, it's impossible to tell. Some kind of weird statuette on the ground. Take it. The weird silver idol. Lots of silver stuff around here. This is a tarnished and blackened silver statuette in the shape of some sort of creature. You can't tell what it is specifically, or even if it has 2 legs or 4 legs, or wings, or what, but it's depicted with reverence. Looking at it makes your stomach feel weird, like you're starving, but also full to the point of nausea at the same time. Goes in your offhand. No, I will not use that. This pit seems pretty deep. You kick a rock into it and never hear it hit the bottom. Throw something into it. You look in your pack for something that might go to that you can throw in there. You take the weird, twisted, tarnished silver knife out of your pack and look at it. You don't like looking at it very much. Throw it in the hole. You toss the weird silver knife in the hole. It makes you feel relieved. Though it's hard to say why. Phew. Hold up the silver-toothed skull. Alas, poor, never mind. Throw it in the hole. As it falls, I'm coming home. Jeez, what? So that's a little unsettling. What else can I toss in here? You take the idol out of your bag. You don't like the way it looks in the dim light. You don't like the way it looks at you in this dim light. Throw it in the hole. You throw the idol into the pit. That weird feeling in your stomach fades away. Although you get a sense of, well, it's like you heard someone chuckle behind you. Except you didn't hear anything, and there isn't anyone behind you. Ugh. It is getting creepy now. What is this? The cursed blood goblet? Good grief, why are you even carrying this thing around? I kind of want to keep it, but I kind of just want to chuck it in the hole. You pitch the gross thing into the hole, good riddance. You look at the cover of the book, Intermediate Next Mex. The back cover blurb says it can teach you how to steal people's blood. That sounds, throw it in the hole. That sounds horrible. Frightening topics in Next Mex. Covers all topics Next Mex. Throw that shit in the hole. You chuck the book in the hole, sheesh, as if you needed more fear in your life. I guess I'm not committing to any more necromancy things. I have nothing else to throw into the hole that's making me feel uneasy. Well, that felt nice to unburden myself of all that creepy weird shit. Pretty great to get a bunch of experience from that sort of stuff. I think we earned ourselves a Deadeye upgrade. And a quick on the draw upgrade. Why not? Bring our skills up a little bit. Well, next time, guys, I think I'm gonna head to Deadwood or the Hellstrom Ranch. Oh, Deadwood. Ghostwood. I'll head to Ghostwood next. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you again soon.